Rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause they raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy, homeboy. We got your t-shirt and the left fingerprints and all, you are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
The man got away, leaving behind evidence. I was attacked by some idiot in the project.
So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, so he's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, cause they raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy, homeboy.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever Absolute in the Beginning podcast of Ehnother podcast. I've went out and purchased my web space, and I've got some good things coming, I hope. I have a YouTube channel that will be starting up very soon, and doing videos, video blogs, and then posting them through WordPress along with this podcast, and then delivering it right to you, so you can read up on what I'm doing, where I'm going, what hopefully this next week's podcast is going to be about, and basically just want it to be a rundown of crazy things that I've heard in the past little bit. Some of it might be a little old right now, but hopefully not too old that you just turn off. So this part of the podcast is brought to you by Antoine Dodson, the guy who was singing at the beginning about raping your girlfriends and wives and everything. Make sure you close your windows. Make sure you close your windows, because the mosquitoes come in and bite you. That's what happens. So anyhow, we're going to get right into the show, right into things, and first thing I have to say is this is Father's Day, actually, when I'm recording it, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, all the guys that do what men stuff do. We fart, we sweat, we play duct tape, we drink beer, and we annoy our wives and our kids. That's what we do, men. This part brought to you by men. Anyhow, so happy Father's Day, especially to my dad. I have a dad, obviously. I don't have two dads. I don't have two dads that live together, but I have one dad. So my dad, good guy, taught me everything I know, and then tried to take claim to everything that I didn't know. No, just kidding. He's a good guy. I can tell you right now, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't know how to work on cars or vehicles or whatever you might call them. And when I was younger, I would spend time with him learning how to work on vehicles. So it's actually saved me a lot of money as an adult. And I can fix my own vehicles. Pretty much, if it gets into the computer stuff, it gets really confusing, but everything else, yeah, I can do, and that's because my dad taught me from the very beginning. My dad spent hours with me underneath cars working on things, and I really thank him for that, and it was a great time. I have lots of funny stories about my dad, but I wasn't thinking this was going to be a Father Day thing, but I'll tell you one story. So we have these ramps that you would put the car up on, so you could work underneath the vehicle with lots of room. And so I would always put the ramps underneath the car, knowing that my dad would be behind the wheel, and he just couldn't take it. He had to get out. He had to just tap them that millimeter, just to make sure that it was his sign of approval. It was his way of saying, okay, now the ramps are okay. And I understand that he just wanted to make sure that they were actually on properly, even though, I put them there, but I understand, because I would actually, even though I twist his nipples about it all the time, I would actually, myself, if it were me and the shoe was on the other foot, I would get out and I would make sure that the ramps were there perfectly. So, thanks, Pops. You're a great man. Taught me everything I know, and I know that you're proud of me, and I love you, and I hope you have a happy Father's Day. So now we're getting into the show. Here's the part of the show that I hope to bring you every week, and it starts with Justin Bieber. Yeah, that's right, Justin Bieber. And you know what? The guy, he's Canadian, right? I'm Canadian. I don't know if you can hear that, eh? But he's Canadian, and I really don't want to. I want to make sure he kind of goes across the border a little bit. I want him to stay in the States. I want him to become a citizen of the United States of America. You know, the very patriotic land of the United States of America. Da 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 da. You know, I find them very patriotic, and I like that about them. You know, if someone steps on their toe, it's USA, USA, USA. And you know what? I think that's amazing. However, you know, if you step on a Canadian toe, they go, "Hey, what's up, buddy? Are you alright? Do you need help getting anywhere? Hey, would you like some maple syrup?" No, we don't say. We don't even eat maple syrup. That's here. Okay, we have maple trees, but we don't eat maple syrup. That would just be stupid. What would you put it on? Pancakes? Yeah, that would sound pretty good, actually. And next time I make some pancakes, I'm going to try that. Anyhow, Justin Bieber. So, Justin Bieber has a new set of playing cards that is coming out soon, or they're out. And I guess he signed, I don't know how many, he actually autographed some cards, and they're in the set. So it's all random, you buy a set, and you might end up with this card. Well, the thing is, Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher J.J. Putz went to Panini and he bought a whole bunch of cards. Now the story goes is that a couple years ago, when they had their run in the playoffs, when they made the playoffs and they were doing very well, they were actually listening to Justin Bieber in the clubhouse. So he thought it would be funny if he went to Panini and bought a whole bunch of not baseball cards obviously, but trading cards of the Biebs. Brought them back to the clubhouse with the guys. They had a couple Red Bull or whatever, you know, and they open up the cards, and lo and behold, JJ Putz comes across a rare trading card of Bieber, the one that is autographed. And there's a picture of him on Twitter with the card, giving the old thumbs up, and apparently this card, brand new right now, not even a couple days old, is worth $4,500. $4,000 for a card of a kid who autographed it, who is a dick. I heard he's a dick. It's true. I've heard all these stories of him being immature. And, I mean, he's Justin Bieber. You think he's cute and cuddly. You know, he looks like a koala bear. They're cute and cuddly. But if you hold them, they will scratch your fucking face off. That's what will happen. Bieber looks cute and cuddly, but he's not. Okay? He's an asshole. It's true. That's what I heard on TMZ. Anyhow, this card, $4,500. Just brand new. Okay? I checked up online of one of the greatest Canadians ever, Wayne Gretzky. Greatest hockey player, the great one, number 99. His number's retired everywhere across the league. No one can wear it. Okay? Number 99. His rookie card from 1979-1980 is worth, without an autograph, if mint condition, you can buy it for $25,000. Justin Bieber's card is worth 1/5 of that right now. In the future, when he is in rehab, on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew's kid, that card won't be worth shit. Because the Bieb is heading down a road that is leading to all bad stuff. I see it. He's going to be a more and more of an asshole. So I don't want to claim him as Canadian, so the States can have him. They love him there. They love the Biebs. It's true. I heard it on TMZ. So, this is the kind of stories that I want to bring to you so that you can know that Justin Bieber's an asshole and that his trading card is worth $4,500. And when did they stop putting the gum in trading cards? What is up with that? You know the gum? I don't know if you ever got... most Americans and Canadians, I guess, would get these old like hockey cards or baseball cards, and you get the gum in there and you put it in your mouth and it tastes like wax, but you'd still eat it. What happened to the trading card gum? I want it back. I want that waxy feeling back. It's terrible, but I want it back. On to the next story. There's a groom in Germany. Gets married. Beautiful day. It's nice outside. Gets married to the love of his life. They're at the reception, and he closes the wedding day deal with a waitress. Brown chicken, brown cow. Yeah, and he got caught by his new father-in-law, who stopped the wedding reception, told everyone to go home, and now the groom is back on the market. So ladies, you can have this guy, and he can be your man for the low price of... I don't know if you want to get that, actually. It's terrible. Ugh. Poor guy. So that is... that I couldn't imagine that. That would just be wrong. If I was the father-in-law, yeah, I might just have to show him a good time. Might have to tattoo his face with my fists. Yeah. The Los Angeles Kings are Stanley Cup champions. The greatest sport in Canadian history, hockey. The team has won Lord Stanley, the Stanley Cup, over the New Jersey Devils in 6 games. They had a really good playoff run. I think most of the series, I'll be yawning. It was a late night. I'm going to explain that right after this story. Los Angeles Kings won the Stanley Cup over the... yeah, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Rambling now. I don't think any series went past 6 games. I think before the finals, I think the series went to 5 games. So, that being said, at the parade, Jonathan Quick, the goalie, had a profane speech, and I'm gonna insert that right here. I fooled you. No, right now.
And now the man who set an NHL record 1.41 goals against average. An NHL record .946 save percentage. An NHL record 10 consecutive wins on the road. And the winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy as most valuable player in the playoffs, Jonathan Quick.
Thank you so much. How about this fucking team right here? Look at this fucking team, man. Look at these fucking guys.
Yeah, hey, this is Patrick O'Neill out here on our set. To our entire audience, just want to apologize for the foul language. Now we go back to Jonathan Quick.
So that was Jonathan Quick using some very profane language like fuck and fucking. And then the announcer comes on of the TV and says, "We're sorry for the profane language, but what you should be really sorry for is not having a built-in delay so that you could beep it out. That's what you should be sorry for." Anyhow, they won. That goalie did an amazing job, stood on his head, and it looks like he was really happy to be not only the MVP of the playoffs, but Stanley Cup champion. And these guys did something that I've not seen a team do before, and so they were wearing their jerseys, and it looks like they took the yearbook approach to the jerseys, and each signed each other's jerseys, which was probably the coolest thing that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's been done before, but this is the first time I've seen it, so it was pretty amazing. So that part of the podcast was brought to you by swearing. Swearing. It's fun to do. It's fun to have a dirty mouth. Dirty whore. Anyhow, I'm going on to pet peeves. This is the topic of the week. I'm going to do pet peeves. Now, I've had a few that I asked some people what their pet peeves were, and I'm going to tell you mine, my biggest one. But right now, I'm going to where I asked, and I should have did this before, so I'm rambling. This is what happens when I ramble. I just got to go and pick out a few of my favorite. Now, one of the ones was said, Canadians were a pet peeve. So sorry if you're listening to this, Nick, you might do that for the first couple episodes, but Canadians were a pet peeve. That's I'm pretty sure he's talking about Justin Bieber. So here is a couple, and I have to agree with this. Pet peeves that are just totally annoying. One of them, people who wait till the last minute to get their card or money out of their massive bag filled with loads of garbage and just a ton of stuff, receipts, and it takes 5 hours for them to get to their wallet. Shouldn't be that hard. Be like a guy, man. Carry one. Women, leave these purses behind. You're holding yourself back. Then that wouldn't happen, right? And then, yeah, that's what happened. Let's see, weathermen who get the facts wrong. Stuart, he wants them to stick to the facts. Yeah, so do I. I want the weather to be 100% accurate all the time. And they should. They have all this technology. They should be right. You know what? They would be right is if their job was like, you get the weather right. You have to be 97. That's my lucky number. 97% accurate for the year. At the end of the year, if you're not accurate, you're getting put into a pen with a wild tiger with stake around your neck. You're fucked, brother. You're fucked. Okay? Drivers who tell you to come across the road with an index finger instead of an open hand, an outstretched palm. Come on forward, you know? Universal sign. But when they're like, come here with their finger, they might have candy for you. Go take the candy. Only good things, maybe good things will happen if you take the candy from strangers. That is true. Sometimes the candy's good, and it's Halloween. Come here. Come to my car, Stuart. That's the second one. Stuart, he doesn't like that. This one's a soccer one, and I've done hockey already, but I'll do soccer. Defenders we'll call it football right now, but for Canadians and Americans, we call it soccer. Defenders who applaud when the linesman's offside. They applaud. Yay, you got it right. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Stuart. He really hates that. Let's see. Oh, yes, that one. People who say they speak... Wait, what? People who say they speak as they find they are somehow proud of it. I don't know what that means, Stuart. But whatever it means, you keep living the life, the dream. It seems like you have a few pet peeves. Journalists who try to spell an interviewee's laugh. I can see how that would piss you off, Stuart. I would not like that. Moo ha 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 ha. That's MUHAHAHAHAHA. And then, I don't know who this is, Janet Street Porter. I'd look it up, but I'll leave that up to you. Because this part of the podcast, Pet Peeves, brought to you by laziness. I'm lazy right now. My pet peeve, here's my ultimate pet peeve. I'm doing something, I'm listening to a podcast, maybe this one, because I'm full of myself, I will listen to it. I'll be doing something, and the headphones will be caught on something, because the iPhone, or maybe you have an MP3 player, is in your pocket, and it gets caught on something, and it rips the headphones out at a very good part, or at any part, actually. Just ticks me off, because I gotta get it unstuck and put it back in the little fucking hole and then press play again. Bothers me a lot. Okay, moving on. Pet peeves are over. Those are my pet peeves. So one last thing to talk about, then the show's over for this week. A couple weeks ago, and then I gotta tell you why I'm tired. I'll do a couple weeks ago, then I'll do why I'm tired right now, why I've yawned a few times. And then we'll get right into the end of the show, get you on your way, and hopefully it's within 45 minutes to half hour. I'm trying to keep it to that. So a couple weeks ago, take my daughter, we go to see Chernobyl Diaries. Pretty okay movie till the zombies come out. We both knew the zombies were going to come out, and we still weren't that impressed. It wasn't that good. Anyhow, spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't seen it. It was still pretty cool, making you think that, you could go to Chernobyl, or the little towns, I forget which one it was called at the moment. But anyhow, we're in a crowded movie theater. Now, this movie had only been out for a week, and they decided to put us in one of the smaller theaters, which really is annoying. But the Avengers is out, and it was taking up 3 movie theaters itself at the Cineplex, and a couple of other things were out, and just anyhow, we're off in a smaller theater, probably about 160 people in there. So anyhow, we're in there, and the movie theater starts to fill up, and it starts to fill up quick. And then, have you ever been in this situation where you're sitting there and you're like hoping that no one sees, because you got a buffer zone? I got a seat beside me, she's got a seat beside her, and there's a buffer zone. But then you're looking down and you're paying attention because you just don't want to see this, and you see somebody point up in your direction, asking their friend, what about there? Right there seems good. I want to sit right there. I want to encroach on that guy's personal space right there. I understand there's seats there. I understand there's seats there for a reason. But you still don't want to see that. You just want to enjoy the movie. You might want to stretch out, push your legs up, put your popcorn in the seat beside you. You don't have to worry about it. I tried to fake them out for a long period of time until, and I'm an honest guy, until you get asked the question, is anyone sitting here? And I have to say, my popcorn, because I don't want you sitting there beside me. I don't want to be that close to you. That's what the real reason is. I don't want anyone sitting beside me ruining my buffer zone. Next time someone does that, if it's a guy, I'm going to try to hold his hand. That will make people not want to sit beside you and go find another spot. The worst thing is if you pick out the perfect seat, you can pick out the perfect seat. You're at the right height, right in the movie, right in the middle of the screen, right in the middle of the theater. Perfect height, so you don't have to move your head up. If you're sitting in the front, you gotta crank your head back. Or at the top, you gotta sit with your head down. I like the middle. The middle. I call it perfect spot for me. Anyhow, I just hate it when people sit beside you. The movie theater gets me going. So now, the reason why I'm tired. Last night, both my daughters decide that they're gonna go out for a little bonfire. And the youngest got a little more than little drunk last night. And apparently, I had to go pick her up. Not apparently, but I had to pick her up, and she was pretty bad. So I was up a little late last night, tending to the joys of being a youth and getting drunk for the first time. Should have stuck to one. That's what she should have did. Should have stuck to one. She wouldn't be passed out still. And hopefully she wakes up with a hangover, because that's how awesome of a stepdad I am. I hope you wake up with a hangover and you never do it again. But more than likely, it'll happen again. I mean, I remember my first time, I was actually watching a hockey game, conveniently enough. Not to put the stereotypes in there. Anyhow, that'll be a story for another time. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, because I have great fun doing these things. And more things to come. Email me at ehnotherpodcast.com. That's EHNOTHER@gmail.com. Obviously, you might have seen the website, but if not, it's ehnotherpodcast.com. Also, you can follow on Twitter. The Twitter handle is, let's see, I forget it right now. 1 second. It is, I'm pretty sure, Ehnother Podcast. Imagine that. I think that's what it is. Let's make sure. Yeah, Ehnother Podcast. EHNOTHER Podcast. So, for this week, maybe bi-weekly, I'm not sure. I like to go bi-weekly, that is. This is the end of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you come back. Tell your friends. Tell your wives. Tell everyone. Close their windows. Because the mosquitoes are out there. And they'll rape you for your blood. This is James. And hopefully, in the next little bit, I will have a co-host. But we'll see how that goes. Alright? Have a good day. Bye.
He's climbing your windows. He's snatching your people up.